We've got some great comedians that are going to be coming out here. My name is John Small. I get to get things started for you here this evening. And one of the things I got to say, I've got family that lives in this area. My wife is from Storm Lake, and she's got relatives who live in Spencer. So there's like a whole table over here. So your job is to be louder than my wife's family. And that is not an easy job, let me tell you. So, on our way here, we were kind of talking. You'll see the other comics when they come out as well. Pound for Pound might be the heaviest comedy show ever tonight. We're all big guys. And that's something I've struggled with. Sorry, guys. Back there eating Snickers. That's something I've struggled with for a long time. And I've done the whole New Year's resolution thing every year, New Year's resolution to lose weight. It never works. I try really hard. Okay, I don't try very hard. That's probably why it doesn't work. So I love my father-in-law works at a car dealership. They actually did a contest one year on who was going to lose the most weight. They all gave the money to my wife. She worked there at the time. So after about a month and a half, guy comes in and says, hey, I won. I get the money. And she goes, oh, congratulations. How much did you lose? He said, I only gained 5 pounds. So we've tried to lose weight. We've done the gym memberships. So I don't know if you guys know how that works. When you sign up for a gym membership, they just automatically take your money because they know you're probably not coming in. So I sign up for a 12-month gym membership, and I get the key cards. I test it out to make sure it works, and I never went back a single time. So for 12 months, we would drive by, like on our way to go out for dinner and stuff. We should go there one of these days. So I thought, you know what I need? I need some technology to help me. Because we got all these cool gadgets nowadays. So have you ever heard of a FitBit? So I thought, that's what I need. Everybody that has those, they seem so fit. So I get a FitBit, and I strap it on my fat little wrist, and about 2 hours later, the band snapped. Apparently, I needed the fat bit. Which, that's not a thing, but it really should be. So, like I said, my family is over here. My wife's mother, a couple years ago, she's not really into the whole technology thing, which she's doing awesome now. She's got a smartphone and everything. It's really cool. But I remember when she first got technology, I get a phone call one day, and she said, hey, can you help me out? And I said, yeah, what's going on? She goes, I'm having trouble with my Yahoo. I don't know if I can help you with this one. She was talking about email, thank God. So, I'm so excited that we're kind of getting beyond COVID, all of the stuff behind us, and I'm looking in the crowd. Yeah, isn't that great? And I don't see a single mask in sight. I do not miss the masks. Here's the thing I discovered during the last year. I am getting old, which I already knew, but now I discovered I'm struggling to hear things. I didn't know it, but I apparently read lips when I talk to you, because when you cover up your mouth and you say something, I have no idea what you're saying. So I felt really bad. I was at a gas station. We live in Sioux Falls. I go into this gas station, and it's wintertime, so I have a hat down to here, and I have a mask up to here. I look like a fat ninja. And I sneak up to the counter with my hot dog. And the little guy behind the counter said what I thought. He said, you have beautiful eyes. Which, thanks for noticing. I said, I'm trying to be polite. I'm like, thanks, man. You have beautiful eyes, too. And he apparently is not hard of hearing. He said, what did you say? And I said, what did you say? And he said, I told you, have a beautiful night. I'm like, oh, I also said, have a beautiful night. See, exactly what I said. Can't go back to that gas station anymore. So, one of the things I missed about last year was traveling. We did some traveling a little bit, but it wasn't the same. One of my worst travel trips, though, is we went to Las Vegas one time. And I get on the airplane, and this gentleman sitting next to me hands me a little notepad, and it said, my name is Bruce, I'm deaf. And he hands me a notepad, and he hands me a pen. And I was so excited because I learned how to do my name in sign language. So I point to myself and I go, John. And Bruce was ecstatic. And he's got this sign language going. He's doing stuff and he's smiling. And he's going to have the best flight ever because he gets to talk to somebody, right? No. I point to his notepad and I write, that's all I know. Bruce is giving me the cold shoulder. We're still sitting on the tarmac and he's just looking out the window. I'm like, there's nothing to look at yet. So the flight attendant walks by and I go, can I move to a different seat? She goes, what? I said, I can say it out loud. He can't hear it. Can I move to a different seat? And I really did. And if that makes me a bad person, I guess I'm a bad person. But I can tell you, I'm sure Bruce was happy that I left. He did not want me there. So that trip that we took to Vegas, we went with a friend of mine. And he and his wife went with us. And my wife and his wife were sitting on the edge of the pool, like catching some rays. And he and I are in the swimming pool. And I already knew he's a soft talker. And I'm hard of hearing. So when he's talking, he's really quiet. You can barely hear him. So I leaned in really close. But I discovered something else about my friend Matt. He doesn't like to get his hands wet. Who's ever heard of that? So we're in the pool. The water's up to here. He's built like me. We're a couple of chubby guys in the pool. He's got his hands out. I'm leaned in really close. Oh, maybe not that close. And my wife and his wife are on the side of the pool laughing their butts off. And I'm thinking, I don't know what they're up to, but they're having a blast. And finally we get out of the pool and they tell us, these ladies that were sitting with us thought it was so cute that you two bears found each other. Oh, look at how cute they are. And I was like, did you tell them we weren't together? She's like, no, I thought it was hilarious. And you guys looked adorable. So we left the pool. We went, got dressed, and then went to the buffet, which you do in Vegas. Good thing. And my wife and his wife were on one side of the booth, and he and I are on the other side because I can't hear him any other way. So we're sitting on one side of a booth. My wife and his wife leave to go get something, and the ladies from the pool walk in. And I just leaned into it this time. I put my arm around that. What's up, ladies? I'm taking. So this is such a cool facility. Let's hear it for the folks that own this place. This is really cool. I want you to make some noise if this is your first time here tonight. If you've never been to this facility, some new folks. Be sure to come back for another event in the future. Be sure to come if you have an event, book your event here. I was a wedding DJ for 20 years. And I was never in this facility, but I was in a lot of facilities here. We lived in Storm Lake, so I was all over this part. I got lost a lot, we'll put it that way. When we pulled into town today, I was lost in Royal. So we found it. Took a few minutes, we found it. But when I was a wedding DJ, I got to go all over and I got to do all kinds of things. But I realized that was the day that I knew I was old, while I was a DJ for a school dance. And this is like 10, 15 years ago, so I've been old a while. I'm playing music, and this kid comes up to me, and he said, hey, you have 50 cents? And I reach in my pocket, hand him 2 quarters. This kid's looking at me like I'm insane. And he goes, 50 cents. Well, yeah, 50 cents. 50 cents. Is that a band or something? Apparently it's a guy, I don't know. But then I realized I'm probably too old to do this. Then one of his friends said something about a Limp Biscuit. I'm like, who told you that? I'm not that old yet. So I decided I am not going to do school dances anymore. I'm just going to retire from that. And I had an opportunity to do a senior prom at a senior center, which was adorable. It was so cool. And I was trying to figure out, what should I play? Probably not 50 Cent. Definitely not Limp Bizkit. Although there's probably going to be some Limp Bizkits in the room. So I played maybe the worst ever song to play at a senior center filled with older people. I played the Hokey Pokey, and everybody put their left hip out. It was bad. So my wife is with me here tonight. I absolutely love my wife. She's awesome. But she likes to drink a little bit. I don't know if I've ever told these jokes with her here. Usually she doesn't come out with me when there's comedy. But I'm not going to say she's got a drinking problem, but she has a lot of drinking solutions. She has more than one item that's disguised to look like something, but it's really just a flask. So she's got a tube of sunscreen. So if we go to the pool, you can, it's not really a sunscreen tube. It's really filled with booze. But it looks like sunscreen. And ladies, they sell a thing that it looks like a tampon. I don't know what it is. Whatever, some lady thing. But it's a test tube inside of it, really, filled with booze. And my daughter, who's going to be 20 this month, bought her 2 years ago for Christmas a purse with a bladder on the inside of it. It's called a vino purse. You can fit like maybe 2 bottles of wine in it, whatever, a lot of wine in it. So she gets this for Christmas. And we decide for New Year's Eve, we're going to see a band that's playing at a place in town, and she's like, hey, I'm going to use my new purse. So she fills this purse with a ton of gin and tonics. I don't know how many, but it was too many. So we get to the place, and the first one, I'm thinking, how are you going to do this? Because, this doesn't make sense. You didn't think this through. There's people here. You're going to get caught. She's like, oh, I got a plan. So she goes up to the bar. I'm going to get a gin and tonic. Comes back. I'm like, well, what was your plan? You just bought a drink. I thought you were going to drink for free all night. She goes, oh, no. I needed their glass. I was like, oh, she does have a plan. So the first gin and tonic, I've never seen her drink one so fast. It's like, just needed the glass. Which I was thinking later, why didn't you get a water? Wouldn't that have been a better plan? So then she takes the gin and tonic filled purse under the table, and the cup gets under the table, and she's kind of doing one of these super sleuth things, looking back and forth. She did a good job. She fills it up to the brim, brings it up, and she's just so smiling and so happy. Now we're on the second, actually third, because she bought one, gin and tonic. Now the purse stays on the table, just sits on the side of the table. She fills it up down here. By the end of the gin and tonics, she's holding the purse over her head. I was like, yeah, we're never invited back here again, I'm sure. Pretty sure that's not going to work. So we live together, we work together, we're around each other all the time. And my wife kind of gets on me because I think I have ADD. I don't know if that's what it actually is. I have no idea. I took the ADD test and I got a perfect score. She's like, that's awesome. And the lady at the doctor's office said, that's not awesome. You need medication. So then I took the medication for a week, and I quit taking it because I forgot to take it, which I guess maybe means I need the medication. But I get off track very easily. That's why I keep looking at my notes over here, because if I don't, I'd be talking about something completely different. But one morning, my wife and I work together. We do a radio show, which we have so much fun doing this radio show. But one morning, I read a story about the youngest ever member of Mensa. It's like the Genius organization. And the youngest ever member of Mensa, 3 years ago, was a second grader. Now, I just got an update on this. Youngest member now is 3. 3! So even back when I was a second grader, I said, I'm as smart as some second graders. Maybe I could be in Mensa. She's like, yeah, you probably can't be in Mensa. You should go back to work. I'm like, no, I want to figure out, how do you do that? I'm going to go online, type in IQ test. Boom, right away, IQ test. I fill out the IQ test. 10 out of 10. I'm like, I'm a genius. I should be in Mensa. She's like, it's just a test. Just get back to work. You don't have time for this. And I'm like, but it doesn't give me my IQ. In the story, it had the kid's IQ. Is my IQ 10? I got 10 out of 10. By the way, if it is 10, and maybe it is, that's not a genius, just so you know. So now I'm fully vested in this. And I said, I need to know if I'm as smart as a second grader. And she goes, no, you need to get your work done because you're way behind on a lot of stuff. I'm like, too late. I'm already in on this. So I go on the computer and I type in, how do you know if you're a genius? And it says, did you mean genius? I spelled it wrong. She said, that's how you know. The back to work. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is John Small. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.